lot of Syracuse alums in our business. It's such a great broadcasting media school, communication school. Sure. I mean, we get a lot.
Sean McDonough is a Syracuse guy.
Oh, my God. It's never ending. We got guys here. We got young Tyler Aki.
Oh, he's a Syracuse guy?
Yes,
Nick
he
Friedell's
is.
a Syracuse guy?
Our buddy Nick Friedell, Nifty Neil Funk. I mean, so many of them. And, I mean, they're passionate about their orange, and they're happy
Isn't Mike Tirico?
Mike Tirico's a Syracuse guy. Isn't Bob Costas, I think? Like it goes,
I think the competition goes between
Bob Costas is a Syracuse guy.
Northwestern, right?
In Syracuse and Missouri.
In Syracuse, yeah. Those three really they've got them. They've cornered the market. And, of course, Columbia.
Yeah. Yes. Now, I told everybody on Friday. I gave it to you.
You said Syracuse.
I said Jim Boeheim the last two times he's been a double-digit seed. He was in the Sweet 16 and in the Final Four.
I didn't listen to you.
Listen to these tweets from the weekend. John Rothstein, this is the third time since 2016 that Syracuse has been a double-digit seed in advance of the Sweet 16. Jim Boeheim is Mick Jagger. He gets better with age. Mike Rutherford, Jim Boeheim should start every season with a fake selection show where Syracuse is a surprising at-large selection. Then show the team fake news stories about how pissed off it made everybody. They'd go 40-0.
It's easy to get out of the press now.
Pat 40, give Boeheim an 11 seed and watch the bracket burn. The head coach of Syracuse joins us now on the Corona Hotline. Jim Boeheim's with Carmen and Jurko on ESPN 1000. Coach, I believe this is 20 trips to the Sweet 16. Congrats. That's amazing.
They don't get tired. They don't get old, I'll tell you. And that's the first time Pat 40's ever said anything about me nice. In the 45, in the whatever 30 years he's been covering us, I guess.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, we should just have a bad year every year and then play well in the tournament, I guess. But, you know, we have struggled in the regular season. There's no lie about that. A lot of reasons, but it doesn't really matter now what the reasons are. We have gotten in the tournament and played well, and, you know, some of it's just the team takes a while to get together. You know, this year it probably took us longer than we would like. We haven't been as good defensively as we usually are, but at the end of the day, you're getting this tournament, and as we've seen, anything can happen. You know, 15 seed, 12 seed, doesn't matter. You know, a month ago, Syracuse and Oregon State were not even getting in the NIT.
Yeah.
And, you know, now we're still playing. But it's amazing the basketball that's been played, what some of these teams have done, like Oregon State and Oral Roberts. I've probably been most impressed. Well, Oregon was really impressive. But I've probably been impressed with two things, the Pac-12's play and then Loyola Chicago, how good they are. I think that's been the two big surprises for me in the tournament. My oldest son, Jimmy's been home from Cornell all year because they wouldn't even try to play in that league, which I don't want to talk about. I'll just get in trouble. But you know,
let's get in trouble, Jimmy.
We've been watching all year and seeing that, you know, the Pac-12, the struggles, and the way they play in this tournament's amazing. But I've been most impressed with Loyola Chicago. I mean, they're just the play they've had, the way they've played. Obviously, Illinois was a 1 seed and a really good 1 seed, not just a pretty good 1 seed. And the game didn't even look like an upset.
Yeah,
you know, it was pretty much dominant performance. So, but that's the NCAA tournament. It's a great tournament. This year seems better than ever, first of all, because we're playing. And second of all, the balance and the lack of, you know, power teams being able to dominate. You've seen some power teams obviously not make the tournament. You see a Southern Cal dominate a team like Kansas. It's always hard to beat if you can beat them in the tournament. It's just been an unusual year, and you see a lot of equity in college basketball.
I would think that there's even more challenge this year just because of the rules. You guys have to, you know, kind of basically stay in place, right? I mean, like, how much more diligent do the guys have to be considering of all the COVID rules?
Well, all year long, they've had to stay in place, and they've done it. People in September said college kids wouldn't do it. Obviously, some teams get COVID at some point. That's going to happen. But to be able to work your way through it, and The interesting thing, as far as I know, I mean, we've had a few cases, but no college athletes have gotten sick, and that's a good thing. You know, we've been able to work our way through this, and now with the vaccine, hopefully, if everybody would get their shots like they should, man, who would have thought people would not want to get a vaccine? What if that happened with polio? We'd still have polio.
Measles.
I mean, it's crazy. But, you know, it's been an amazing season, and, you know, we're happy to be just sitting in a hotel room right now. You know, that's what we're going to do all week, and try to get to play these games. And we're really happy and blessed to be able to do this.
What was the recruiting process like, getting Buddy to play for you at Syracuse? And all joking aside, I mean, like, did you kind of did you talk to him at the time about, hey, listen, go talk to other coaches, go see other schools? I mean, like, how does that work when you've got a son that's as good as he is that could play for you or play at a few different places? How did you handle that a few years ago?
Well, at the time, he was rated about 300, so there weren't that many people recruiting him, and the smaller schools were, but they knew that if he wanted to go to Syracuse, and that was the whole motivation for him from when he was 5 years old. He used to watch tapes with me, and he wanted to go to Syracuse. My oldest son, Jimmy, is the smartest one in the family, and he wanted to go where he knew he could play. So he went to Cornell and had a great career and really gotten better. Averaged 16, 17 points a game last year. But Buddy always wanted to come to Syracuse. He was always a good shooter, but I always hesitated a little bit. I don't want my son to be a, seventh or eighth man on the team, and you're worried about if he should play or not play. And, after his junior season, he led the Nike circuit in three-point field goal shooting, and that's when the decision was made that he come to Syracuse. I mean, his mother worried about it, and it's a good thing he's playing is all that I can say. The doors would have been locked, and the locks actually would have been changed if he had struggled with Syracuse. But he's had a great start to his career, and obviously this year he's played at a higher level. But he was a good player last year. He's just gotten a little better with the ball and a little bit stronger. But I'm proud of him not because he's a good player, because he's worked to get there. He was literally rated 300 in the country, and he's now, arguably one of the better players in college basketball. So I'm proud of that work that he's done. He shoots on. If we play 3 games in a week and we're off Sunday, he works out with his strength coach for 2 hours and then shoots for an hour and a half or 2. And he's done that since he's been in 8th grade. That's why he's where he is. He's earned it, and it's nice to see that.
How cognizant are you on the way that you treat him, whether you treat him harder or less hard than the rest of the guys?
I try to be the same on all the players. Obviously, some players make more mistakes and they get more attention. I remember I had a player, Stevie Thompson, whose son is playing pretty well right now for Oregon State. And I had him and Ronnie Cycling. And Ronnie Cycling was he was an international player. He never played organized basketball. Made a lot of, just mistakes that you would normally make. And he didn't always work hard. He wasn't used to that. And I was on him every day. And one day Ronnie said to me, "Coach, why don't you yell at Stevie?" And I said, "Okay." And I started yelling at Stevie, "Stevie, stop playing so hard. Stop doing the right thing. Stop not making any mistakes. Stop being a great teammate." "Oh, is that okay, Ronnie?" He didn't ask me to yell at Stevie anymore.
That's good. Hey, give us a quick scouting report of Houston. That's your next game. What do you think to get to the Elite Eight?
Well, they're just a tremendous team, I think. I mean, they've been there all year. They're in the top 4 in defense and offensive efficiency. They come at you as hard as any team in the country. They get on the boards better than anybody except North Carolina, and we have trouble there. They're just a really well-coached, really physical, tough team that's been there all year. I vote in the polls. I've had them in the top 5 or 6 teams all year, and tremendous challenge. But at this stage of the year, it doesn't matter who you play. They're really good.
Coach, we appreciate the time as always. Good luck in the Elite Eight, okay? And the Sweet 16, all right?
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, there's Jim Boeheim. 20 trips to the Sweet 16. They will play Houston. Illinois has been eliminated, although he was really singing the praises of Loyola. You got to imagine. I mean, you're always kind of cheering for that number one seed to go out, right?
Right. He's talking about the surprises. What surprises did he see?